Hey everybody, it's April, and today I want to encourage you to be motivated by what you can do, not discouraged by what you can't. So I'm going to start on forearms and we'll see how it goes. I don't have a plan. Could be dangerous. So if you're starting on forearms, wrap your hands around your biceps so you know you have the right distance. Bring your arms back out in front of you. You can interlace your fingers if you like. Pull your shoulders down your back, then lift your upper back, lift your chest, pull in your belly, come up on your toes, shift your weight forward slightly. The timer has begun. I really saw that shift. I like to point that out, that when I first go into plank, I kind of have my hips up, and you want to shift forward so you have that nice long line. Once you're in your plank, you want to do everything again. Press into the floor, separate your shoulders, pull in your belly, so you have it going on. Even tighten up your glutes, press your heels back. And so look, we're already at 30 seconds just from setting up and then redoing it again. So that's something you can kind of use in your head to make the time seem not so long, is just setting it up, do it again, and then keep holding. And you can do it. I know you can. So I wanted to talk about how sometimes we let the things we can't do discourage us from doing things when we are able to do things. And so maybe you can't hold plank for 5 minutes yet. We're at a minute, by the way. I'm just going to stay on my forearms for a little while. But you can't hold it for a minute, but you can hold it for 30 seconds or maybe 15. So what you want to think about is, what can you do? And maybe you build on what you can do. So if you're holding for 30 seconds, maybe you work on, you know what, I bet I can hold for 20 if I keep working at it. Or maybe I'll work up to 30 if I keep working on it. And you also have to think about how you can plank in the first place. Think about how there are some people who can't, and that this is a great thing that you have a body that's able to hold plank. Even if it's 10 seconds, it's okay. You're able to do that. A lot of people can't. So you have to keep that in mind when if you're getting into a little bit of a slump about what you can't do. Think about what you can. 2 minutes, I'm going to switch to my hands. It's going to make my arm shake, because every time I start on forearms and hold it for a little while, for whatever reason, it makes me have shaky arms. So if you're coming onto hands, you need to set everything up again. Press into the floor, separate your shoulders, pull in your belly, tighten up your glutes, press your heels back. Remember, you want a nice long line. Keeping your gaze just out in front of your fingertips. I like to keep my fingers spread. I even press into my fingertips, kind of like I do when I'm doing a handstand. Which, by the way, that's something else that, I've learned about what you can and can't do. When I first started working on handstand, I absolutely could not do one. I could not even kick up to the wall by myself. And I decided I really wanted to work on it. And so I did. I focused on, okay, here's what I am doing. Here's what I can do. And I kept working on it and got better. 3 minutes, I'm going to switch to side plank. If you're switching to side plank, stacking your feet maybe, or you might have your top foot in front of you. You could bring your knee down if you really need to, and then just stay lifted out of that bottom hand or forearm. So you can stay on your forearm if you like for a side plank. Press the sole of your bottom foot toward the floor, because you don't want to collapse into that ankle bone. Actively lifting your hips, reaching your top arm to the sky. We're at 3:30. I'm going to switch sides. So same thing on this side, if you can. It might be a little wobbly for you on this side, and that's when you want to bring that top foot in front of you if you have problems with balancing in side plank. And you have to keep in mind, side plank is an arm balance. You are balancing. You're using one arm or forearm. So it isn't the easiest pose, but I really enjoy it. I like it. 4 minutes, I'm coming back. I'm going to stay on my hands, I think. Get my hair out of my face. Okay. Pulling in your belly, pressing heels back, always making sure you have your good line. Looks like I was up a little high. So that's why I also encourage you, have your camera on by you while you're planking so you can tell what your plank looks like, or do it in class. which if you're participating in Yoga 101, that we are doing Planksgiving, and that means there's a 1-minute plank in every class. That's exciting. So you may say, I can't do plank. I'm not going to do it. You know, you can. You can hold it for 10 seconds. I know you can. You can do anything for 10 seconds, and then maybe you build up on it. And think about how you can go to yoga class, and that's exciting. You're able to do those things. If you're able, again, celebrate the cans rather than the can'ts. And even if you don't work up to a 5-minute plank, who cares? If you can do a plank for any amount of time at all, that's a great thing. And it's good that you can. 5:15 already. Woohoo! I swear it's the fastest 5 minutes of my day. Okay, have a great day. Focus on the things you can do. Let that be your motivation. See ya.